Hi, everybody. It's been a while, but I was called to come on here and deliver a message for the collective. Um, right now, we're in the middle of a Cancer full moon. It's also called the wolf moon. A point of the wolf moon that has to do with like reliance on community, something like that. I always thought wolves were like the lone wolf, but they actually rely heavily on their pack. And so I'm offering this to those who are in resonance, a reading or a collective. Okay. We're going to start off the reading today with Divinations, the Energy Readers Oracle deck. This was a deck that I've created. If you guys would like to purchase, hit me up on Instagram at Meet the Minx, and I'll see what I can do to ship it out to you guys. Okay. Um, I'm also being called to use the Afro-Brazilian Tarot deck. I was kind of contemplating between that and the African American tarot, mainly because the African American tarot I use more often and it's easier to read than the Afro-Brazilian. But I think there's a particular message for someone who is going to listen to this. Okay, I know it's been a while since I've done like a reading. I've been doing a lot of like note stuff and downloads and sharing things that I've come across. But we're doing a reading today. We're also going to close out with the Angels of Abundance deck. And like I always say, that deck, it cuts straight to the point. Okay. So without any further ado, let's get into the reading. Oh, lastly, I know I said it was a Cancer full moon. I got this, God gave me this gift. It's a crab shell. When I was living in Costa Rica, I got gifted this by doing something that I need to get done for Mother Earth. So, yay! Very grateful for it. I hope I'm not confessing to a crime, but God gave it to me, so there's nothing more to say. Anyway, on the cut, we have the answer is no. Let's keep moving on. Okay. All right. Thank you, God, creator of all things known and unknown. Peace, God, my vessel. Live this message on the highest positive frequency for divine alignment for all those involved. Divine wisdom, power, and glory, honor all those who have come before me. Higher self, act as a guardian to permit benevolent energy to enter this space to deliver this message for the collective. Yes. Thank you. It's been a while since I've done this. Whoever needs to hear it, make sure you're being mindful of what you're putting into your body. Don't do anything in excess right now, okay? You're trying to rebalance your system right now, okay? What do we got? All right, so we've got passion. Do not take any action at this time. More information will be revealed. Passion. You're in for a sacral seduction. This energy is arousing and fiery. It may signify a creative project you are working on that you are passionate about. If this card comes when questioning love, you and your partner are experiencing an attraction beyond reason. This chemistry is magnetic and steamy. If paired with the Lover's card in tarot, this may indicate a twin flame connection. The experience of creation and procreation is meant to be pleasurable. Sexuality is a big part of our experience here on Earth. So before you bust it wide open, make sure you express this energy safely. Remember, honor your heart, mind, and body always. All right. So I did hear, which was actually a really good assessment, was that someone said your twin flame is the sun. Okay. It bestows wisdom upon you and warms the earth. Okay. So, be mindful of that, okay? It also says do not take any action at this time. So if you're wondering if you should make a step or text somebody, I heard someone say that. Should I call this person? No, don't call nobody. Right now you need to focus on grounding, okay? Ground. Plant your feet firmly on the soil. As energetic beings, we spend a lot of time generating and interacting with people, places, and things around us. Our bodies are processing energy consistently. Take time to firmly plant your heels and balls of your feet in some soil today. Wiggle your toes, really get in there. Shunt all the tension from straining energies stored in your body onto the earth. Your body and mind will be grateful that you did. All right. So yes, so you're grounding this energy from the sun. Okay. And so you don't, right now we're asking you to ground. Okay. You're not using that energy, then taking it from the ether and then automatically doing action. There's a time of rest because there's going to be more alignment of information that's required for you to have awareness of, for you then to take action. All right. Your toes. Yeah. Use your feet. All right, now we have Scorpio energy. Did someone place an order for death and rebirth? This energy is sexy, alluring, and mysterious. When this energy is present, transformation is inevitable. You can adapt and overcome any situation. It is now time to forge a new successful lane of your own. This can be done while maintaining genuine love toward those you keep close. In the positive polarity, energetically powerful and transmutation of energy. In the negative polarity, destructive to the point of chaos, be mindful of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You do not have to torch the earth to start anew. I think this is why they're asking for you to take a pause, because you're in a transformational season right now. All right. The full moon reveals a lot of things, which is great, but there's more to be revealed. They're saying, especially when it comes to this twin flame energy, which has to do with igniting passions, igniting a creation spark. This was inevitable to happen. Okay, so you're in a transformative energy right now. You've died to an old paradigm of yourself and you're giving birth to a new one. That's why it's required for you to have a lot of rest. It's required for you to have a lot of grounding experiences right now. Okay, get into your body as much as you can, but make sure that you're doing that in a healthy way. All right. In a well-balanced way. All right. I'm not telling you to overindulge, because food is very grounding. All right. This is why people fast when they're trying to get like spiritual enlightenment. They do that. They become very light body. Okay. This way the spirit is already like halfway on the other side. Okay. To the point of death. You're getting just as close to death. Okay. Light body. So yes, you're grounding right now, but make sure you're grounding healthy, using healthy foods to ground you, balanced foods to ground you. Okay. Alcohol is extremely grounding. All right. Yes, putting poison in your body will alert all of your senses to pay attention to where the poison is, and how to get rid of it. So that's grounding things. Okay. So I'm just mentioning that because um, it was supposed to be mentioned. Okay. But food can ground you. You can ground by placing your feet onto the earth. Highly recommended, especially if you're keeping a light body right now. And then we also have oneness. Yin and yang meet in the positive polarity. We are balanced. Have you ever met someone whom reflects your light and dark elements perfectly? Being your authentic self has attracted your soulmate, a true member of your soul tribe. When you are balanced amongst balanced individuals, the universe is your playground. Okay, so we are slowly, I would say the word patience is really what it is that we should be saying. Putting together a reality, your creation of life right now. It has to do, it's centered around your passions. Okay. And so with this, we have to take our time. When we say we take our time, we're making sure that we are aligned. That's more important than anything. So we cannot rush to do anything. All right. Alignment has to be the first and foremost thing when it comes to creating one's reality. Okay, this is why you're not taking any action at this time, and more information has to be revealed, because we need you to be in alignment. Ground, overcome fear. All right. I'm just going to say it because it's in my hand. I only revisit the past if it attracts my best possible future. All right. Because you're in transient, because you're in a transformative state, the past may come knocking, but remember all of the things it took to get you to this point right now. All right. You didn't come this far just to come this far for play. All right. There was certain consciousness that needed to be downloaded. There's certain meditations that needed required to get you to this point in which you are right now. Don't lose sight track of that just because the past is right there. Okay? Or your past is being met in your present. You remain present because that version of you that had to die in order to give birth to this version of you needs to remain resting in peace. You understand me? Okay, because we're aligning you with those that bring a positive polarity of the yin and the yang, okay, in divine oneness. Okay. These type of people are they're going it's literally you guys come together, it'd be like you'll be like children again, where the universe is your playground and all you're doing is creating, right? Literally taking things in the ether in your imagination and bringing it here physical. Okay, kind of like what I did with divination, the energy readers oracle deck. Right, this came from my dome, my brain. Okay, from the ether, using my vessel as a portal to make it manifest here in the physical. Okay, and at the time I didn't know how the heck it was going to happen, but it did, so I'm grateful for that. All right, the universe is your playground. Okay, and all of this was already part of your destiny. It was already part of the plan. Okay, so stay true to that plan, your soul map. Okay, it was important. All right, so now we're going to go into the psychic tarot. All right, I'm not taking these right now. I'm going to wait for it to come out if it needs to. Okay, the psychic tarot, that was the overarching of this message. We're going to get into the details with this, but let me take a pause and take a sip. All right, so I know I said I was using the psychic tarot deck, oracle deck, but by John Holland, but they're asking me to upgrade to the Afro-Brazilian tarot. Okay, mainly because I am seeing that one card. I don't remember what number it is. This deck is very particular. Okay, and it's different. There's different things that I see when I. This is an advanced deck. That's what I'm trying to say. It's an advanced deck. You see the psychic tarot deck. It kind of gives you the words right there and blah blah blah. But I'm using an advanced deck right now because it's been calling to me since I pressed record, and I'm going to honor that. I'm also seeing there's a card that's in here of a woman. She's under these, I don't know if this is the Nine of Wands. She's under the moon at night, and the wands are sheltering her. Okay, as she's aiming her intentions off into the sky. Okay, her passions are what protects her. It's like a barrier protection structure. And then it's showing intent into the universe, right? It's like directing the intent into the universe. Okay, so she's grounded outside and she's aiming her intention to the universe. Okay, so that is in alignment with the overarching, meaning that you're creating something right now. Okay, which is requiring you to be grounded and protected and shielded. That's why you don't just get the fire and just run. You understand what I'm saying? Everything's about balance. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles, balancing and waiting for divine wisdom. Okay, now when you guys are being faced with certain choices, there's going to be a clear knowledge of wisdom. Knowledge, okay, means you're gonna go this way. All right, it's going to be clear as day, right? And it's because you've been doing that work of grounding and trusting your intuition, trusting yourself to guide you to make this into fruition. Okay, I'm also seeing this part of graduation, hierarchy. Okay, so it's like this ascending, right? It's like a foundation of security based off the things that you've learned. Yeah, You're gonna, for someone very particular, you're gonna be offered a seat at two different tables, and depending on which one you choose, right? One of them is backed by wisdom. One of them is going to put you back into another lesson. That's what I just heard. Okay? So choose wisely. All right? Now, this is not like a weird thing where you're like, oh, which one are you going to choose? You know, it's not a Chester cat situation. We're like, you better choose wisely. It's not that kind of energy. There's one that's clearly you're moving with wisdom, and one is just like, oh, you didn't learn the lesson. Okay? Okay? Um, Remember to maintain genuine love toward those you keep close. All right. Now, to spirit and the universe, this is a no-brainer. All right, but they're making the energy is making it very clear that I have to say this. Okay, so you may have been around this wheel 4 or 5 times already, but they're making it as clear as day. All right, remember genuine love for those that you keep close. That is a hint. Okay, to complete the transformation. All right, and no, we're not saying you have to cut everybody out. We're saying that you have to do what's best for you, what's in alignment with you, what is secure with you, what grounds you and your passions and the things that you want to see in this life. More things are going to be revealed. Okay, that's how you're going to know that that you went the correct direction as far as which one's in alignment. For your betterment is that more things are going to be revealed, so don't rush. Nothing comes to you that's trying to get you to make a decision quick, or trying to pressure you, right? The correct choice would alleviate the mind. That's why they're showing me the Queen of Swords. She is already she takes on the stress, that energy takes on the stress in order to direct you. All right, and I keep saying the right hand. I keep seeing right, making a right. I don't know if that helps. Um, yeah, you're going with the right. Okay, then we get the Ten of Pentacles here, which has to do, yeah, they're all, you see this all, there's a clear as day decision here. Okay, I don't mean to laugh, but it'd be funny sometimes because it'd be like, you can't muck it up. All right, you can't muck this up. All right, because that going right, they're the saying going being right, is going to bring your financial security. Okay, this table, yellow cloth could be important. All right, maybe if you're like, should I sit at this table or that table? The one that brings forth confidence, and one that you're confident in that decision, you'll be confident in it. Okay, and they keep talking to me about love, because love is present at that table. All right, love is present at that table. It's undeniable. It's very undeniable. And once you make that decision, then we can play. We can play for real, right? It's a different kind of energy. I'm getting goosebumps. I mean, somebody's okay. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, love is at that table. Lovers. Okay. So in the traditional tarot, Eight of Cups has to do with leaving emotions in the past. This one is showing me that in the Afro-Brazilian deck, it's showing that all the tables are lined with these cups of emotions. And then this person's peeking in, looking in. Yeah, that's not the same in this deck. Yeah. Use your wisdom. Use your wisdom. Yeah. It's like you're walking in and all the cups are on these the table thing is coming back up again, guys. The table thing. Okay. Yeah, yellow is very important, guys. It has to do with like being enlightened to choose the correct table to sit at. Just make sure, like I said, that the love is there. They keep saying to ground so that you are not like your head is in the clouds. All right. This is the card I was talking about earlier. Okay, the Eight of Wands. In the traditional tarot, this means that something's happening extremely quickly. All right. Remember, like I said, you don't rush though. You stay aligned. You stay aligned with the stars. Okay. This was the card I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the lady in the woods. All right. More will be revealed in time. All right. And with the anointment on your head, like I said, when you ground and you can get clear instructions, right? You're not moving with anxiety, lack. You're staying as present as possible. All right. Look at me. Stay present. All right. It's going to be a no brainer. You don't even have to really think about it because everything is in alignment with it. Your mind's in alignment with it. Your heart's in alignment with it. Your body is going to follow suit. All right. Yeah. And please don't be afraid to ask for help before the decision has to be made. You know what I mean? It's really that simple. Okay. Let's say you got an opportunity. You're going to sit at this table. You're going to sit at that table. Just be like, I need to take a quick pause real quick. Go into the bathroom or ask them to be like, oh, can I get back to you? Go home, meditate, make sure your body is clean, ground yourself, be present as possible, and then listen. You're in alignment. Ask particularly what feeds my passion without torching the earth. You understand? All right. Okay. What you got for me, my love? Nine of Pentacles. See, when this happens, I really gotta know. We got the King and Queen of Swords. All right. Give me a pause. All right. Let's take a sip. I had to gain some understanding. All right. So we had this Nine of Pentacles that came out in the reverse. And the option, if you, let's say you don't, I guess, complete the transformation and choose the one that's going to bring this confidence and alignment and all of that balance and positivity, right? The lesson is going to cause an uprootment. Okay. So be mindful of that. And I don't mean this in a to be scary or nothing, because no matter what, it's gonna work out, right? There's just like a route in which you're committed to and a route that you're gonna have to learn from. That's really just it, because that's just how it is, right? Now, the uprootment, meaning that it's going to cause you to detach from the foundation in which helped grew you. Okay. Um, Not necessarily that's a bad thing, but we're trying to get you to the Ten of Pentacles, right? So just be mindful of that. Okay. Um, yeah. It's like something about lacking lacking fruit or something like that. Not bearing good fruit. Something like that. Something like that. All right. Is there anything from this deck? And then we're going to close out with the Angel of Abundance deck. If this is hitting for you and you guys would like me to go in further in this reading, or give you a brand new reading, one that's not for the collective, hit me up on Instagram. I am taking a break from social media right now. So if you hit me up during this week, you won't get a reply back until next week. Okay. So just be mindful of that as well. All right. So lastly, from this deck, it says the truth in your heart chakra, because your heart always knows the truth. Okay. I think it's just that simple. I'll read it from the book, but that's really what it is. Okay. I think that this card is also the, what's it, the Libra? Justice? Is that what it is? Let's read it. Let's get into it, boo. Truth. The qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, revelation of the truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times, it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show how far you need to go. This card comes forth to do just that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The Truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life, but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time for any choices or alterations must be weighted and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll know. Using the powers of the universe and the blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity and shift of awareness. What was once not obvious will now be realized and understood. Be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. This is the Judgment card, number 20 in the traditional tarot deck. All right, so that's just tracking all the way. Like I said, it's going to be very clear, okay, because you have done the work, my dear. Okay. Like I said, seek truth in all things and let your heart be the thing that's telling you the truth, okay? And then your mind, your body will align accordingly, okay? Lastly, let's do the Angels of Abundance. And then we're going to close it out. Heart chakra stuff. Heart never lies, okay? Does it say guard your heart with all might? Because from it, I don't even remember the second part of that. It's basically your heart predicts your reality, right? You can't lie to God. You can't lie to the desires of your heart, right? You can't lie to the devil either. All right. So, Angel of Abundance, you guys have anything for the collective read? I'm starting to get cold chills again. That means somebody's here. What you want? Yes. Wise. Make sure you're moving wisely. What you got here? Focus on your priorities. When you put your focus on where you receive your outcome, when you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities can help you feel better and more confident. All right? We are balanced. Yeah. Ground that energy. All right. This is why we're not trying to be in la la land. This is why we're asking for you not to be high right now. This is why we're asking you not to be drunk right now. We need you to be focused and grounded. All right. So you don't miss your own personal train. Okay. Your own personal alignment. All right. You've done this work so far. All right. We're just trying to make sure that you complete the transformation onto your best possible cycle. All right. All right. Anything else from here, guys? Let's focus on your priorities. I love that. Seeking truth in all things, following your heart. The universe is your playground. Don't take any action at this time. More information will be revealed. Just make sure you're in alignment first, okay? Then we got partnerships. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You're receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. All right, they're putting on the right-hand side. This is the part, it was like this, a no-brainer. The Queen of Swords is here. She seeks truth in all things. She don't be playing around. All right? So, you know, when you're saying your prayer, when you're saying that meditation, make sure you're aligning those partnerships accordingly. When you sit at those tables, you want to make sure you're around people who have that same frequency of health, truth. Okay? Yeah, they'll be in alignment with you. It's like I said, alignment over everything. So your heart's gonna know. You're gonna know you're in the right seat. All right, it's not gonna bring forth doubt, anxiety. You won't feel any of that because you'll be in alignment. Anything else, guys? Anything else from this? Because I'm feeling like it's a no. Meow, wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, clean energy food. When you fuel your body with healthful, organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Okay, that's kind of, I think at the beginning of this reading, I did say that about the food and the balancing. They're closing me out right now. Thank you so much. All right, detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people. Okay, your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Listen, all right? That's a good closeout, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's going to be a no-brainer, okay? You're not going into relationships in which you have to beg for a friend. You're not going into relationships where you feel like you're in their presence and you're feeling uncomfortable, that you gotta over explain, you gotta da da da, right? Get rid of that fear of missing out bullshit. All right, because it is just bullshit. You need to align yourself with what actually feels authentic and safe and supportive for you. It's very clear. All right, this is why I'm saying don't ground yourself with alcohol or bullshit. You want your body to be clean so you can make clean decisions at this time. You want to focus, okay? You want to move with intention, not anxiety or trying to rush an outcome, okay? These are how these passions become into fruition. This is how you move with confidence. This is how you're able to sit at the table and be able to hold your own. All right, not no false pride thing. This is a real confidence that comes within yourself. Okay, so we don't need to be around people who are right now on a low, vibrating low. Okay, what does that mean? They're not in balance. All right, you got to make sure you're keeping your vessel clean, doing what you got to do, because that's all, and seeking truth in all things. All right, that's your personal walk. You're not here to talk about anybody else, but you're making sure you're aligning yourself with that certain consciousness, because there's partnerships at this particular table that they're showing me right now. Those are the partnerships that's going to make that passion into reality. Okay, you're receiving help from heaven.